I'm back. Last time we finished attacks, a simple attack for our player. Today I'm gonna try to implement an upgrade system. And upgrade system also means I need a way to earn upgrades. So first of all I have to look. Yep, I'm still on main, so I'm gonna make a new branch. App. We're just gonna call it really simple. I forgot to turn on the music. Alright. Gonna be a really simple name. Upgrade system. Like this. And now, first things first. I'm thinking about placeable items, but doesn't really make sense in a arena shooter, because the usual way of collecting upgrades is just killing enemies, collecting XP, which they drop, and leveling up, being offered free upgrades. So we're gonna start at the XP system, which means, do I create a new component? I think it would make sense. Let's go with a new component. We're gonna look at our player. And we're gonna start a new component. I think I'm gonna make it like a parent component, because I need one. I need a new area which will activate XP points lying around to be collected if entering. And two, another area which will collect the... Do I need it? I could also use the hitbox. I'm thinking about an area which absorbs the XP points and... but I'm already noticing a problem with my idea, because this hitbox is made in a generic way and is also being used for enemies, so we should just let it stay at this functionality. Okay, we're gonna add a new child. It's gonna be just a 2D node. And rename, I think it was F2, yes. Rename it to XP component. Yep. And this should probably get 2 circular areas. Area 2D. Area 2Ds always need a collision shape 2D, and those always need a shape. We're just gonna use another circle. Gonna make it... I don't know. Orange, I guess. Something in here. Area collision shape. No, area. No, collision shape. Increase collision shape to be almost same size. It's okay. And we're gonna rename those two so we know what is going on here. This is the XP collector. Area 2D. And I'm gonna copy this. Can I? Yes. Rename this to XP magnet, I guess. XP magnet. Capital M. That's copy enumerator. And we're gonna increase this one by I don't know how much. I don't even know where to see the changes of pulling this stuff around. Also kinda weird. Does it reflect in here? No, doesn't seem like it. I'm gonna have a look into those things. Yeah, I changed the collision shape instead of the actual stuff, so I'm gonna stick to this. Let's say 1.5. Should be relatively small for the beginning, because you can always use something like this as another upgrade, passive upgrade. Maybe just a little larger. I'm not gonna actually make it playable. This game, it's just for learning. As I have mentioned a few times. Like this. Alright. And then I will just create a new scene, which is gonna be the prefab for the XP points. It's all gonna stay looking very basic, but that's no problem. That is only a problem for later on, if I would like to market this game. Sprites, okay, now where do I put this? Modules, composition, enemies. I'm thinking about making this another folder. Experience. Could also make like variations with different colors and stuff. And we're gonna create a new scene. What kind of scene do I use? Probably Area 2D. Area 2D. Scene name. Oh no, wait. 2D scene. I'm on the scene right now. I'm still mixing this stuff up. Scene name. I'm thinking about simple experience, but I don't think it's the fitting word. Basic, maybe basic experience, or you can just abbreviate it. Basic XP point. Okay. I should have used Area 2D. But we learned Area 2D, and then we're gonna make this to scene root. Yeah. Remove this. Gonna rename this to what we just called it, basic XP point area 2D, so I know what kind of node it is. I know I can just hover, but this way I can immediately see it. Collision shape, and shape. New circle shape. And we need a smoothing 2D and a sprite. Oh, pressing wrong buttons. Sprite 2D. I guess we could have a look at animated sprite. Maybe it would be fitting here, but not right now. Not right now. Sprite 2D, and I'm gonna use. I had this placeholder. This looks alright for now, but not the way it is imported. What the hell? Over here, import. Oh god, I don't remember how to disable re-import. No. Mode, roughness, mid-maps, compress. Oh man. This compression mode, the compression mode to use. Each compression mode provides a different trade-off. Lossless, original quality, high memory usage, high size on disk, fast import. Lossy, reduced quality, high memory usage, low size on disk, fast import. VRAM compressed, I don't think this is anything which interests me. Mip-maps. If true, smaller versions of the texture are generated on import. For example, a 64x64 texture will generate 6 mip-maps, 32x32, and so on. This has several benefits. Textures will not become grainy on the distance in 3D, or if scaled down due to camera 2D, zoom, or canvas item scale. Performance will improve if the texture is displayed in the distance, since sampling smaller versions of the original texture is faster and requires less memory bandwidth. Downsides of mip-maps is that they increase memory usage by roughly 33%. It's recommended to enable mip-maps in 3D, however in 2D this should only be enabled if your project visibly benefits from having mip-maps enabled. If the camera never zooms out significantly, there won't be a benefit to enabling mip-maps, but memory usage will increase. Okay. Still, I do not remember how to correctly configure this stuff. Texture. Let's ask our friend the internet again. Godot import to the texture. Importing images. Can import the following formats, doesn't matter. Importing textures. The default action in Godot is to import images as textures. Textures are stored in video memory. The pixel data can't be accessed directly from the CPU without converting them back to an image in a script. This is what makes drawing them efficient. There are over a dozen import options that can be adjusted after selecting an image. in the file system doc. Changing import type. Import type, this looks... Texture 2D, this looks more promising. It is possible to choose other types of imported resources in the import doc. Bitmap, 1-bit monochrome texture intended to be used as a click mask and texture button and touchscreen button. This resource type cannot be displayed directly onto 2D or 3D nodes, but the pixel values can be queried from a script using getBit. Cube map. Import the texture as a 6-sided cube map with interpolation between the cube map sides, seamless cube maps, which can be sampled in custom shaders. Doesn't sound interesting. Font data image. Import the image as is. The resource type cannot be displayed directly, but the pixel values can be queried. Texture 2D. Import the image as a 2D-dimensional texture suited for display on 2D and 3D surfaces. This is the default import mode. Okay. Import options. In Godot 4, changing the texture filter and repeat mode is no longer done in the import options. Instead, texture filter and repeat modes are changed in the canvas item properties in 2D. Texture filter is under canvas item. Texture filter. Ah, nearest. Would you look at this? The texture filtering mode to use on this canvas item. Parent node, the canvas item will inherit the filter from its parent. Nearest, the texture filter reads from the nearest pixel only. This makes the texture look pixelated from up close and grainy from a distance due to bitmaps not being sampled. Linear, the texture filter blends between the nearest 4 pixels. This makes the texture look smooth from up close and grainy from a distance due to bitmaps. Nearest with bitmaps, I don't know what would be the best solution here, but I would guess nearest since I do not use bitmaps. Alright, like this, and maybe we can have a look at material. New canvas item material, I guess. Light mode, particles, resource, path. Because I'm looking for adjusting the color. What is repeat mode? Repeat mode is, I think, for textures. Like, if you have a texture for a wall, you don't want to texture like 5 pieces in a row, but you want to use one texture on one wall piece and repeat it to look continuous on all wall pieces. Which is again not important for us right now. Can I like convert to shader material? Oh Jesus, I do not know how to write shaders. Well, let's have a look at this. Godot, color shader, or maybe Godot, how to change node colors 2D. Color. The color represented in RGBA format by a red, green, blue, and alpha component. Each component is a 32-bit floating point value, usually ranging from 0 to 1. Some properties, such as canvasItem.modulate, may support values greater than 1.0 for overbright or HDR high dynamic range colors. Colors can be created in various ways, by the various color constructors, by static methods such as from HSV, and by using a name from the set of standardized colors based on X11 color names, with the addition of transparent. GDScript also provides gdscript.color8, which uses integers from 8 to 255 and doesn't support overbright colors. Note, in a Boolean context, a color will evaluate to false if it is equal to color 0 but opacity 100, opaque black. Otherwise, a color will always evaluate to true. Color constants cheat sheet. Oh! Oh, this looks useful. Midnight blue, mint cream. Interesting. There are notable differences when using the API with C#. See C# API differences with GD script for more information. 2D GD paint demo, tween interpolation. Color, there seems like it's filter properties color? No, there is no color. Did not quite help me. Any way to change the color of a 2D texture? This looks better. Through code. Shaders are the most performant way to do it in real time, and it isn't as hard as it sounds. Maybe you can find the shader you need on godotshaders.com, or you can write your own. Try this as a template and change the maths. Shader type this looks better. Shader type canvas item, render mode, blender mix. We've seen those two lines in the shader I just freshly created. Expose my color to the editor with default value of gray. RGBA. Uniform vector 4, my color. Source color equals vector 4. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 1.0. This function is run on every pixel. Void fragment. Modify color to affect the results. Here we just interpolate with default color and supplied color. Just remember to always end a line with semicolon. Also, if you find writing shader code too hard, Godot has a good node-based visual shader option too. They are just as performant as shaders from code. Just create new shader material and new shader in the dialog for new shader, change type to visual shader. I think I used to work with visual shaders in Unity 2, but really not much. That's useful. I think I'm gonna do something similar. Do you know if I can change the color value dynamically on my code? Doesn't matter for now. We're gonna just yoink this stuff. Window. Convert from Godot engine. Gonna make it like this. And I think we already see changes. And here we have the color parameter. So now I could surely just put it to something like green, I guess. If I see where to... with enter. Okay. And we see our color has taken over. I also see it is again pixelated, kind of. I don't quite understand why. What did I say? This, it's still set to nearest. I still also don't know why it's being used like a cube. Maybe I should undo this and try it on the smoothing node. Material, new shader material. New shader. Oh, for this I get where to save this. Under modules. Experience points. It's saved in the scene, it seems. No matter. I'm gonna stay at... I'm gonna undo this. I'm gonna stay at just coloring it green here. Obviously it doesn't seem like the GD... Oh, help! What did I do? Obviously it does not seem like the completely right way. Template default. Okay, put it there. It's also part of this stuff. Now I don't get it. How can I close this? Ah, okay. Here are... Where is this? I don't know. And why can I not copy it? Now it worked. Okay. Close file, I guess. Like this. I'm gonna put those to 0. And then, where is it? Here, get the parameters. I'm gonna put it to green. And this is enough for now. Like this. And we're gonna adjust. I don't know if it looks too small. I don't have a good impression of it. I'm just gonna adjust the shape. Like this. And now I would actually need a script, and I also know what kind of usage it can have. Script, basic xp point inherits node area 2D. Gonna add it here. Rebuild. And we're gonna open it. Because adding this script, I can specifically search for XP points. I should actually do something similar to my player. I created a player class, which inherits from, I think, character body 2D, and it's the basis for all players. So I can specifically search for player nodes, and if I do it the same way here, I should be able to get specifically experience point nodes, because we still can make like variations. Like the basic XP point right now will give like, I don't know, 1 XP, and then we have like an advanced XP point which can give like 5 XP. Which is why I'm thinking about making a base XP point stuff, class stuff. Yeah. Copilot is already ahead again. Export private int XP value. Yeah, let's call it like that. 1. Need a property. I don't know right now if this is read. Oh yeah, here it is. It's read only. Only a getter. Do I need anything else? Don't think so. Usually I like those things to destroy or Q3 themselves, but I think it would be a better idea to make the player collector, XP collector, do this job. Because it can register on enter in its own area, use the value it is given, and Q3 the element. And there's also nothing else which will be dependent on this behavior, because only the player should get this stuff. Parameter version is null. Just gonna clear this, I think it's old. Okay, now we have this. And then we are gonna first make a commit before it's getting too big again. Seeing this UID stuff, I do need to look into this too, because I think I've seen something about UIDs being usable for scripts and stuff, which would be at least a little more consistent instead of using strings, if it is possible to use them like this. Okay, feature of upgrade system, XP point added a basic XP point scene object. Commit, push, submit, create a new branch on the remote repository. And now we can start working on the player collector stuff. Layers. I'm starting to think I should make more folders inside here. Not seen. I just need a script. New script. Dependent on area 2D. And this is gonna be player XP collector. I really am out of the loop right now, kind of. Collector. Add it to this right here. We're gonna make sure that we do not repeat mistakes from earlier things. Speaking of hitboxes and health components, if people remember, XP collector area 2D and player XP collector, yeah, alright. Ooh, I also know something else I can use the basic XP points for. But later to this. We need... Oh yeah, actually we can take the XP value here. Private and total XP. Since this is the XP component, we can also just count the XP here. And then I'm just gonna... I don't need to expose this right now. I'm already making the detection public, override void. Area... Oh no, was different. Private void on area entered. I'm still used to the engine offering like a area entered function, but it's a signal, which I have to add the function to area 2D. And here you will already see, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Now I'm just checking if it is a basic XP point. And with the power of, I think it's called polymorphing, I could just look for the base class of all those XP points and still be okay with collecting it, since they all should offer the same base utility. Okay. And we already do get the value it offers. And this right now is also the place where you would add upgrade values, like say a permanent upgrade which increases experience gain, and then you would just multiply it with the value given, and it should work already. Which also, by the way, probably look like something like... Actually, I don't know. I was thinking about 1 plus the percentage. Topic for later. Okay, there's a print. And we see the area Q3. Remove the XP point of the collection. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking about. Okay, and then we're gonna need our magnet to pull those points in. Create new script. Player XP magnet. Get the script, rebuild, open. And now what I was thinking about, something visually attractive again. We're gonna add a function here. I'm not done here. I just forgot. I still do need to add it to the... Yeah, to exactly this. Public override void ready base, and I'm not gonna use the connect, but the area entered, because this is more reliable for me. Area entered signal, and we're gonna add the on area entered. Okay, now this should work. Over here, this is the basic XP point, and what I want to do is a function public void move, or like load to player. Vector 2 is a good idea. Player position. Because what I want to do is create this function which stays ready. Maybe I'm gonna just use a bool to set a flag for process, physics process or something. Because in here we can use something like, what was it called? I really just forgot the word for it. Something similar to gradient, or those Bezier curves. Interpolation, that's what I was looking for. We can use interpolation to make those XP points smoothly float to the player in a specific time frame. And made it public in order for the magnet to be calling it. Magnet radius, we do not need to adjust it right now. We do see Copilot is very helpful. Sometimes I think a little too helpful, because if I always rely on it, I feel like I don't learn it well myself, but it is what it is. How do we start? I saw physics frame, which is actually not necessarily a bad idea. Public override void physics process. Each physics process we're gonna check. No, actually we don't need physics process. We're gonna do just another area entered. Away with this. Need a new function. Private void on area entered. If area is basic XP point, we're gonna call oh right. Oh man. I do need to pass the player's position, so I'm gonna make private layer I'm gonna get this in here. Get parent, right? This is good. Do not know what base ready does. Oh, I didn't make it inherit from area to D. Better. And it already looks pretty good. An area entered. And then we already know it's an XP point, so we're just gonna actually, I should check if the player is within a certain range to collect the XP point. No, I don't need this. Also a good idea, but I already am using a on area entered, so they must be in range. Collect XP. Interesting, but we're not gonna do anything more than just this XP point float to player. Dot float to player. And like this. I'm thinking I should not pass this because this could be a problem. This maybe looks good at the first glance, but actually there is a problem if I pass the player position, and if this passed position is handled as value, which I think it is, because being passed a value, it's just a copy of a position the player used to be in, and not necessarily has to be in, still be in. Which means I think I'm just gonna rely on my game manager again, since I already have the player position there. Basic points, we're gonna remove this. We're gonna make it ready. Yes, ready. We're gonna make a player, private, player, and we're gonna pass a player reference from the game manager. Player equals game manager dot game manager instance dot get, did I call it get player? No. Just call it player, yes. Why is it written in lowercase? I don't know. Actually, why is it written in lowercase? Hello? Oh, because I did not make... Alright, whatever. I did not make properties and singular variables. Doesn't matter. Like this, and then we can go about creating a... No, please don't. I don't want to learn a little bit. And for this, we're gonna look at interpolation. Time-based interpolation formula. Oh, help. This is bright. Dark mode, where are you? Oh god, wait a minute. I do not want this. Store. God, this is bright too. Dark mode. Dark mode, help. God, why is it still? Yes, thank you. Way better. It's not unusual that due to various limitations, researchers can only collect limited number of samples. Meanwhile, for many analyses, we desire a higher resolution. In two-dimension case, we have x and y coordinates of our points. We are interested in what happens in between any of the 2 points. We can draw blah 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 linear interpolation, please. This is surely a good way to explain stuff, but I am not interested in this. Oh god! This dark mode does not work good. What the hell? Maybe we should just look for the interpolation formula. Actually, I think Wikipedia should have its own dark mode already. Doesn't matter. Linear interpolation between two known points. If the two known points are given by the coordinates x, I have to zoom in a little, x0 and y0 and x1, y1, the linear interpolation is the straight line between these points. For a value x in the interval, that's this one, x0, x1, the value y along the straight line is given from the equation of slopes. Y minus y0, x minus x0 equals y minus y. Based from this alone, I'm thinking about something like, it's actually just, again, a vector of the experience point minus a vector of the player, because that's how the direction vector toward the player is gonna be created. But we do need to add an offset to it, which is probably gonna be like, I don't know, 50? I'm thinking about making those points float to the player in 2 seconds. 1, 2. Should be good. Which means I have to divide the direction vector by 50 and multiply the direction vector by x, which is... Yeah, I'm really bad at math. If people did not notice, it's gonna be a little fine-tuning. So what I'm thinking about is, first of all, we're gonna just use a flag. Private pool is floating is good. Is floating false. We're gonna set it to true here. Is floating true. And then we're gonna do the rest in the physics process. Physics process. In here. I am actually, again, confused, not like confused, but questioning if area 2D is the right choice right now. Because a rigid body with like the linear velocity would also work well here. You know, because of creating movement. Because right now I think the only option I have is to directly set the position. Position... Do I have access to? No, I don't even have access to. Oh, but look at this, there's a lerp. Oh, lerp was another term for this. Returns the result of the linear interpolation between this vector and 2 by amount weight. Sad that it's not written out. But surely we can look it up in the documentation. God, this is really bad. I'm gonna remove this. Godot position .lerp. There already is a question about position interpolation. Yes, it's used for linear interpolation, position along a line, figured out by how far along the line you check. Here we already see a physics process. Time is the time step of what we are already. Times 0.4, I don't know why. Sprite.position, a.position.linear interpolation, b.position, t. So we see here is already the, or like this whole paragraph is the position from the target, in our case the experience point. Here is the position passed to what we the target which we want to hit, which is the player, and this is the step, which means we have to it probably in your example you do lerp. I presume 0.1 needs to be changed to delta time. I think this is already again working from 0.0 to 1.0, so like 0 to 100%. Which means we have somewhere to start for now. First of all, I need to check if is floating is true. Afterwards, we can continue. And now we're gonna do, please stop, position dot lerp. lerp2, there's no lerp2. I don't know what you want from me. Engine. Yeah. Target 2 and float weight. Returns the result of the linear interpolation between this vector and 2 by amount weight. Returns. I think I have to set it. Returns vector 2. This is looking good. Now we're just gonna pass player dot global position, and here we would need t, the time step, meaning we need t float t 0.0. I'm gonna start at nothing, no movement. And we're gonna set t by, oh god, I need to reach 1.0, I think. I want to reach it in 2 seconds. Which means I have to multiply t by 50, because 2 times 50 should be 100. Meaning if I reach 0.2 times 50, I guess. I am really bad, please don't mention it. Just speed of float, yeah. I'm really confused. I'm just gonna make a little print and we're gonna see how this is working out. Time floating. Actually, I need something else. I don't need T, I need something else. We're just gonna make it private. Float. Debug float. I'm gonna pass it here. Debug float. Delta time. Like this. We're gonna add a experience point. Like this. And hopefully it should already work. XP value looks good, I guess. Except for it does not move. But we can see this is working pretty fine already. Maybe like this, plus equal. Because I'm not adding the offset to it. No, does not move. Oh, no way. Position relative to the node's parent. Maybe global position. I should also put this inside the check, because it's counting the time even though it is not even activated. Mm-hmm. And now we can see the problem is occurring. Problem being the magnet can't even activate it because I forgot to set those layer stuffs. Collision. Collision, and I don't know where to put those things. Project settings. Mask? No. Collision? Layer? I forgot where to find it. Button? Maybe the advanced settings? Still have the Search option. Layer names 2D render. Weird, didn't find it. Don't know if this is still accurate. Layer, enemy hurt box. Let's check it. I can actually not switch windows if it is open. Player and enemy 1 and 2. Player 1 reacting to 2, so this seems good. Enemy hurt box is still on 2. You know what, I'm gonna use this here. Rename layer. Enemy. Layer. Because now I can actually see what is happening where. Layer projector itself is on 6. Looking for 5. Meaning this is enemy hitbox. This is layer attacks. Weirdly mixed up, I don't know why. Doesn't matter for now, I guess. And then we're gonna put those experience points on number 3. React to number 1. Rename layer. XP points. React to layer 1. And those two are supposed to collision check for... This can stay on 1, check for number 3. Nothing else. Next question. There is a debugger. Node extensions. Get parent. Godot node 2D to type player. Probably it reacted to itself. Could imagine that this is what was happening. Let's try again. Nope. Still nothing. Again. Godot no 2D to type player. Because I'm actually getting this instead of player. So I have to do a double check. Get parent node 2D. I think this is very damn ugly. This looks ridiculously wrong. I don't know. If it works, I guess. Try again. No message this time. Oh, Jesus! What is happening? Something happened for sure. I don't know what. What the hell happened? But we already see there is things happening, so it's big progress. I think I'm using lerp wrong. I need another print. T is... press something? Okay. T is... this. What in the hell is happening? What is this? He is free. Free more stuff. What is going on? I'm gonna redo it. Debugging, always a fun thing to do. What the hell? It is definitely exceeding 1.0, which is a problem in itself, I think. I also don't know how to use it properly, so it very well could be misusage from my side. Let's try only this. He is also not looking that good with the multiplier. This already looked a good bit better. Or not. Doesn't move at all. So this is not wrong. But I think this could be too much now. Would you look at this? Look better. Again. Looks good. That looks good. I'm gonna put the camera a little closer. And zoom 0.5. I need to remember that. Oh yeah, it's way out. Oh yeah, this looks good. Alright. I'm not gonna bother with trying to calculate a time manipulation stuff thing, anything. I'm just gonna let it stay like this. Do not care for this anymore. It's just basic for now. I could work on details on a more professional game, which I also want to use, which I also want to market. But again, as a reminder, this is not gonna be marketed. It's just for learning purposes for now. And we have a working XP point. Now we just need enemies to drop it. But I'm gonna make a commit again before I enable enemies to drop them. Feature XP point enabled movement and collecting points. Player now has a collection radius, which will trigger XP points to float towards the player using position.lerp. Commit, push, and then last thing for today, I guess. Yeah, time's looking good again. I'm gonna try making the enemy drop experience, and I think I'm gonna again create a new component for this. Enemies, melee, scripts doesn't matter right now. We're gonna just make it on this one. New child. I think this really is just gonna be a node 2D. Rename, I don't know how to rename it. Something with XP on dev component. And we're gonna keep it very simple. Scripts. XP. Create new script. Enemy XP on dev. Inheriting from node 2D. Create. Didn't add it. XP on dev component, yeah. Did open it, please. And we learned in order to use instantiation, we're gonna use private package packed scene. Packed scene XP point prefab. Export. No, not export. I think I only need public override void ready, because I want to subscribe to the parent's Q3 signal. Get parent. What exactly? Doesn't matter, I guess, because everything should be inheriting from node 2D. Hopefully. Dot. Ooh. What is the signal name for this node? Node itself. Ready, renamed. Tree exiting. Emitted when node is just about to exit the tree. The node is still valid. As such, this is the right place for deinitialization or destructor. Yeah. Tree exiting. Tree exiting function. Private void. Tree exiting. Okay, a little null check if the prefab is filled. Can actually make it easier for me. SP point prefab equals null. Yeah, something like this. Then I also don't need this check because it won't be reached if it is null. global position equals global position from this. Get tree.root at child. Oh yeah. Again, Copilot is helping a little too much, in my opinion, because this is already a fix. Because I was about to create it on position of player, but adding it to the tree, the XP point will continue to be existent even though the enemy which spawned it is destroyed. Makes sense. Then this is too much. This is gonna be done differently. Another thing I'm forgetting right now, there is the option of adding experience time, lifetime on the experience points, but I think I'm just gonna let them stay. And this should already be it. Build. Then we're gonna add the experience point shader. Here's the scene. Gonna add the packed scene like this. And we should be good to go. We are not. Why are we not? Godot, object, native core. Enemy XP on death, on tree exiting. System null, reference exception. Object reference is not set to an instance of an object. Data tree is null. What? I think it's this stuff again. I learned it already. You first have to add it to the scene tree so it is existent, and then you can adjust the position, I think. Which also means I'm gonna make them invisible for at the beginning, probably, because I think they're gonna flicker around. Something is happening again. Data tree is null. Get tree. Doesn't get the tree. Get parent node to D. Maybe from the parent, yes. Ah, from the parent, okay. Had to be from the parent because this doesn't seem to be that accessible to the scene tree. Yeah, but now that I'm calling it from the parent, it's this tree right here. Actually, I don't understand why this is a problem, but no matter. We have working instantiating experience points, which means next time we're gonna work a little on more UI. experience bar and upgrade panels. And most probably replacing the, or more like making a basic experience point class. Okay, then we're gonna make our final commit again. Commit, feature, XP point. Or actually, this time we're gonna make melee enemy. And I already broke my writing convention because I started writing in snake case. Melee enemy enabled enemies to drop XP points on death. Commit, push, and that's it from today. Got a lot of handy stuff done again. Easier than I thought. I think I'm slowly getting the hang of it. And if you enjoyed it, please come again.